Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Everyday Work Talk. I am Sarah.
And I'm Ryan. We are happy you are here.
This podcast is for people who want to improve their English for work or business and feel more confident in everyday conversations.
Yes, here we practice real English for real work situations, and we keep the language clear and easy to understand. No long grammar lessons, just natural conversations you can use in any job.
Today, we are going to dive into a topic that everyone needs, but many people are afraid of. We are going to look at how to get a better business deal.
Oh, negotiation. That is such a big topic, Sarah. I used to be so scared of asking for a better price. I always felt like I was being rude if I didn't just say yes to the first offer. I remember my first job where I just accepted the first salary they offered because I was too shy to speak up.
I think many people feel that way, Ryan. It is very common to feel a little bit of social pressure during a deal. We want to be liked, and we don't want to create conflict. But in the American business world, it is actually expected. It is seen as a sign of respect for the process.
That is so true. If you don't negotiate, you might actually look like you don't know the value of what you are buying or selling. It shows you are prepared and that you care about your company's resources.
Exactly. It is like a game of chess. You have to be polite, but you also have to be smart and strategic. By the way, how was your weekend? Did you find that new bicycle you were looking for? You were talking about it for weeks.
I did. I went to a local bike shop and I actually tried to negotiate the price because there was a tiny scratch on the frame that most people wouldn't even see.
Oh, really? Did it work? Did you get a huge discount?
Well, I tried my best, but the owner was very clever. He didn't give me a discount on the price, but he gave me a free helmet, a lock, and a water bottle instead. I guess that is a win. It was a great lesson in finding other ways to get value.
That is a great example of a successful talk. You didn't get the lower price, but you got more value for your money. That is exactly what we are talking about today. Finding that sweet spot where both sides feel like they won.
I was quite proud of myself. It felt good to speak up and not just pay the full price immediately. And that is what we want for our listeners today. We want you to feel comfortable speaking up in your office or during a meeting.
We have prepared a realistic role play for you today about a software deal. Listen carefully to the dialogue. We put 4 advanced phrases in the conversation. These are B2 level phrases.
We will break down those phrases after the scene, so pay close attention to how we use them in the flow of the conversation. Get your notebooks ready.
Let's jump into our role play. In this situation, I'm a sales manager for a company called DataStream. We sell a marketing analytics tool that helps companies track their online sales.
And I am the director of marketing for a mid-sized fashion brand. We want to use Sarah's software to grow our online presence, but the current price is a bit high for our yearly budget.
Hi, Ryan. It is great to see you again. I am glad we could connect today to talk about the final proposal for the DataStream platform. I saw your latest ad campaign, by the way. It looked fantastic.
Thanks for the compliment and for the time, Sarah. My team has been testing the trial version of your software for 2 weeks now, and they really like the automated reporting features. It saves them a lot of time.
That is wonderful news. I know your team was worried about how much time they were spending on manual spreadsheets every Friday, so I am happy the tool is helping with that.
It definitely is. However, I have been looking at the subscription costs you sent over this morning, and I think we need to make sure we are both on the same page regarding the total cost for the first year.
I understand. The proposal I sent includes the setup fee, the training sessions for your 10 employees, and the premium support package, which gives you 24-hour access to our tech team.
Right. But honestly, the total is about 15% higher than what my CEO is willing to approve right now. We have a very strict limit for software this year. Is there any flexibility in those numbers?
I want to help you, Ryan, because I think our companies would be great partners. If we sign a 2-year contract instead of one, I can probably reduce the monthly fee by a significant amount.
A 2-year commitment is something I can discuss with the board tomorrow morning. Both of our companies stand to gain a lot from a long-term partnership like that, especially with our expansion plans.
I agree. Let me check my system right now. If we go with the 2-year plan, I can offer you a 12% discount on the software, and I will keep the training sessions for free.
That is a much better starting point, and it helps with our initial costs. What about the user limit? We have about 50 people in the marketing department, give or take a few new interns starting next month.
I can increase the limit to 60 users at no extra cost if we can finalize the paperwork by the end of this week. That is my best offer for the user seats.
You really drive a hard bargain, Sarah. You know exactly how to protect your margins. But I think that deal sounds fair for both sides now. I will take this proposal to my CEO this afternoon.
Perfect. I will prepare the updated contract with all these details and send it to your email in an hour. I really look forward to working together and seeing your brand grow.
Sounds like a plan. I will call you as soon as I have the signature. Talk to you soon.
Wow, Ryan, you were very firm in that role play. You almost made me nervous when you mentioned your CEO's strict limits.
That is a common tactic. But it was a good conversation. We both had to give up a little bit to get what we wanted. That is how a real business talk usually goes.
Exactly. If one person wins everything, it is not a partnership. Now, let's look at those 4 B2 phrases we used. They are excellent for any business meeting or negotiation.
The first one was on the same page. I said we need to make sure we are both on the same page regarding the cost.
This is a very common expression in American offices. To be on the same page means that 2 or more people have the exact same understanding of a situation or agree on the same plan.
Right. Imagine you are reading a book with a friend. You don't want to be on chapter 5 while they are on chapter 10. You check if you are on the same page so you can move forward together.
Exactly. For example, you could say, before we start the project, let's have a quick 5-minute meeting to make sure everyone is on the same page about the deadlines. It is a very polite way to check for agreement.
It really helps avoid mistakes. Our second phrase was stand to gain. I mentioned that both companies stand to gain from a partnership.
This phrase is a bit more formal but very powerful. When you stand to gain something, it means that you are in a position where you will likely receive a benefit or an advantage from a situation.
It is great for explaining the why behind a deal. You are showing the other person that this is good for them too.
An example would be, if we improve our website speed, we stand to gain a lot of new customers who currently leave because the site is too slow. It is about future benefits.
I love using that in presentations. The third phrase was give or take. I said we have 50 people, give or take a few interns.
This is such a natural way to give an estimate. Give or take means plus or minus a small amount. You use it when you don't have the exact number in your head, but you are very close to the truth.
You can use it for time, money, weight, or people. For instance, the drive to the downtown office takes about 40 minutes, give or take 5 minutes, depending on how bad the traffic is.
It makes you sound much more like a native speaker because it shows you are comfortable with informal estimation. And finally, the fourth phrase was drive a hard bargain. I told Ryan he drives a hard bargain.
This is a classic idiom for negotiation. To drive a hard bargain means to be very strong, determined, and persistent in a negotiation to get the best possible deal for yourself.
It is usually said at the end of a deal. It's almost a compliment. It means the person is a very tough and smart negotiator.
For example, my brother bought a high-end laptop for a very low price because the box was open. He really knows how to drive a hard bargain.
It's a very colorful phrase. So let's repeat them one more time. On the same page means to have a shared understanding.
Stand to gain means to be in a position to receive a benefit.
Give or take is for giving an approximate number or amount.
And drive a hard bargain means to be a very tough and effective negotiator.
Those are 4 great tools for your English vocabulary. I hope everyone wrote them down with the examples.
We are almost at the end of our episode today. I really enjoyed this topic. Negotiation is not just for big office deals. It is a skill for everyday life. Like my bike story.
I agree, Ryan. Once you learn how to use these phrases and you lose the fear of asking, you start seeing opportunities everywhere. It gives you a lot of confidence in your professional identity.
It really does. And for our listeners, remember that the more you use these phrases, the more natural they will feel. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be clear.
Exactly. Even just using one of these phrases in your next meeting will change the way your colleagues perceive your English level. It shows you understand the nuances of the language.
Before we go, we have 2 questions for our wonderful listeners. We really want to see your answers in the comments section. It helps us know who is listening.
Yes! First question. Have you ever had to negotiate for a better deal or a better situation at your job? Was it successful, or did you hit a snag? Tell us your story.
And the second question, can you try to write a sentence using one of today's B2 phrases? Try to use give or take or on the same page to describe a real situation at your current office.
We love reading your stories. It makes us feel like we are all in one big classroom together. It is a great way for you to practice your writing and get feedback from other learners.
Also, if you found this lesson helpful, please give us a like and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us reach more people who want to improve their business English.
And don't forget to check back tomorrow. We have a very special episode on how to land a job. It is a very requested topic.
Oh, this one is going to be great. We will do a mock job interview for a trainee position.
Wow, that definitely brings back some memories. I have a few stories for that episode myself.
Well, I think we have reached the end of our time today. Thank you so much for spending your morning or evening with us.
Yes, thank you for listening and for working so hard on your English. We are very proud of your progress.
Have a productive and wonderful day at work, everyone. We will see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.